think it was when I was in maybe second or third grade. I was a young, maybe 10 or 12 years old. I kind of felt, you do feel a calling, but at the time I didn't really know what it meant, or what God was really calling me to. It wasn't until college, I went to University of Miami, that I kind of discerned more, like, this is the calling to priesthood, to serve God in this particular way. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school in New York, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I had an excellent math teacher, actually, in high school, and he kind of motivated me to study something in, like, an engineering field. So I was like, okay, I'll choose biomedical engineering, and I ended up loving it. I liked it a lot, so that's why I chose that major. What engineering helped me with was really, it's a little bit like philosophy. It teaches you how to think and how to problem solve. You study 2 years of what they call pre-theology, and it's philosophy, and that is a way of, it forms the bedrock for the theology, so it's a way of thinking. So the engineering kind of trained my mind to, like, think and problem solve, and to see the world in a unique way. It did have an impact on my deepening of my faith, because the world looks at things relative, and as an engineer you can't be that way. Things are concrete. If you don't build something properly, it'll collapse. So it kind of forces you to see an objective reality. I think when I first mentioned it to my parents, they were kind of shocked. It was not something that was in the cards at the time, especially after going through all that schooling. I don't think that they ever imagined that I would enter the priesthood. I think it was my mother was a little bit, at first, not totally open to it, but within a year of me joining the seminary, she was one of my biggest supporters. I think one of my most memorable assignments was being a chaplain at Jackson Memorial Hospital, seeing, well, the reality of the need for priests, and also the reality of the sacraments, like the need that people have, especially when they're sick, or they're in that vulnerable state. One of my memorable experiences in that sense was bringing communion to someone who was sick, and being able to, like, walk with them through their illness and their sickness. It showed me the reality of the priesthood, and that power of the sacrament, the Eucharist in particular, but also how that, brings comfort to people when they're ill or they're sick. You bring the light of Christ to those where they are, and you don't necessarily just wait for them to come to you, but you go out, as Pope Francis says, you go out to the fringes of society. I think that is what God's love does, and that's what mercy does, and that's the kind of priest I'd like to be, is to go and reach people in their darkest moments, their darkest parts of their heart, to help, allow the light of God to shine there in wherever they are. So you meet the people where they're at. I like to exercise. I like running. I like to go to the gym. I like to surf, and I love to fish as well. So, is surfing? Well, it's a little hard in Florida, but you can find, there are some places. You got to go north of, I think around Jupiter area has got some good surf sometimes. Or you wait for a hurricane to come, and then you can get some big waves. Yeah. Being able to share the joy of the ordination, the joy of the gospel, with everyone present, all the people there. Being able to to be with my family, and to allow the joy of Christ to overflow through the graces of the ordination to others. And then eventually celebrating my first Mass, I think would be beautiful. Hi, my name is Deacon John Buonocore, and I'm going to be ordained a priest May 11th at the Cathedral at St. Mary's in Miami. Looking forward to those who can attend. If you're not able to attend, please go to the miamiarch.org website, and the link for live streaming is available. And I want to thank you all for your prayers and support, and know that I will be praying for you now and as a priest. And God bless you, and may the Lord be with you.